Right? I said to be night with one is crocodile.
Namo Doi Sauriyantanam, Namo Doi Sauridanam, Namo Doi Saurayam, Namo Doi Saujayanam, Namo Doi Sautridalavati Savanam, Omkara Mindu Sanyuta Nityam Jayanti Yogina, Kamadam Okshatayum Rai Namo Namo, Manganam Bhagwan Viro Manganam Gutamo, Mangalam Kunkundari Ujendra Mosamanam Namasamad Swadhay. स्वानुभूत्या तथा स्थिति स्वभावाय भावाय सर्वनाम विभाव नियुद्ध निदाता
ભૂતકાળમાં જે મહાન ભક્તો થઈ ગયા તેમણે જ્યારે જ્યારે પ્રાર્થના કરી
Eso Panchanamukaro Sava Pava Panasano Mangalancha Sarasing Padam Hoinglam Omkaram Bindu Sanyuktam Nityandayanti Yoginam Kamadam Moksham Cheva Omkaraya Namo 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 Samaysaraya Swanu Bhutya Chakasate Chitsabhava Bhavaya Sarva Bhavam Tarachide Agnana Timirandanam Gnana Anjana Salakaya Chaksun Militamena Tasme Sri Guruve Nama Tirthankaro Jagatana Jayavanta Varto Omkarana Jinna Samo Sarana Sao Jayavanta Varto Tirthachara Jagama Jayavanta Varto Namo Tirthanayakane Namo Omkaranadane Omkara Sangaryotene Namo Te Sri Kunda Kundane Aho Upakara Jinavarano Kundano Dhvani Devyano Jina Kunda Dhvani Apya Aho Te Guru Kanano Aho Te Bhagavati Matano Dhruva Achalane Anupama Gati Pamel Sarveti Vandi Kahon Sutta Kevali Bhase Asamaya Prabhrata Are Om Eka Sudha Sada Arupi Jnana Darsana Mekhare Kanyanyate Maru Jari Paramanu Matra Thiyare Om Namah Siddhevyo Om Namah Siddhevyo Om Namah Siddhevyo Namo Orientanam Jai Jandra everybody. So we'll be continuing from the whatever place last time we left behind. So we started with stanza number 1, and as we say that there are 3 parts for each stanza that we'll be going through. That will be number 1 will be Gatharth, means the meaning of the stanza. Then it's going to be the Tika. Tika means the detailed description that is given by Acharya Amritchandra Acharya Dev. And then there is a Bhavarth, which over here we are using Pandit Jaichandji Chhabda's Bhavarth. Some places Gurudev also has taken Jason Acharya's Bhavarth also. So that's what we are going to do right now. Number 1, the stanza is written by Acharya Kunkun Swami about 2100 years back, and then Amritchandra Acharya Dev wrote down Tika in Sanskrit in about 1000 years back, and Gurudev about within last 100 years he gave the discourses, detailed discourses on each and every stanza. So we are very fortunate that we have all those things available in front of us to further our spirituality to the highest possible level, you know. So we had come up to the Sanskrit Tika by Acharya Amritchandra Acharya Dev. If you can read the Sanskrit, which I cannot also, I can barely read something, but we have the things available right now. And then from that one, we have the Tika in Gujarati, which of course we are not going to read completely. This is the two slides are there for the Gujarati Tika. And then Gurudev has given each and every word. He starts with the author, for example, and he will take practically whole 1 hour on one word alone. And if one is really, really interested, then this one is from 19th reading. Gurudev read Samaysar every day for 45 years that he was in Songat. And every day he will read Samaysar for 1 hour, will give the lecture on it. And so there are 415 stanza, and sometimes he has given up to 500 to 550 hours of lectures on 415 stanza. So he gives detailed explanation of those things. So what we are following right now is a 19th time that when he read those things. Why we are doing this one 19th time? Of course, there are 12th time, 15th time, 16, 17, 18, 19. All these lectures are available right now. Remember, in early 60s, there was no recording media available, but people were having a really, really far-sightedness at the time, and they used to record on that regular record, the gramophone record. They used to record the lectures, and thereafter reel-to-reel recorders came, and they recorded on there. And thereafter the cassettes came, and then they recorded on cassette. In 1980, afterwards, when Gurudev left this body, we had all those pravachans recorded that way, and now they are on a CD and DVD and MP3, and all kind of formats are available. So this is the tika that in Gujarati that Amritchandracharya wrote down. These are 2 pages are there, and now what he says, we'll be going through those things in one at a time. What he says, the very, very, very first word in the tika comes, very first word in commentary comes as a word atha. The first word in this atha. Atha means it shows mangal. It shows the invocation of blessing. Remember, we said the very first stanza that Kunkun Swami wrote down, Namo Samaysaraya Swanubhutya Chakasade Chitsabhavaya Bhavaya Sarva Bhavantarachide. And Dhruva Achalane Anupama Gati Pamel Sarve Jivane Vandi Kahu Sutta Kevalik Bhashit Asame Prabhat Are. So this stanza is a manglik that Kunkun Swami wrote down. So what we are talking is a manglik, invocation of blessing we are talking about. So first word atha means mangal. This mangal has a 2 meaning. We have gone through this one before, but we'll just go through it again. This word mangal has a 2 letters inside. One is a mama and other is girl. Mama means inauspiciousness, and girl means one which removes it. Means mangal means one which removes inauspiciousness. Then other meaning of mangal is manga means auspiciousness, la means to bring it, means one which brings auspiciousness. So 2 meanings. First meaning is removes the inauspiciousness. Second meaning brings the auspiciousness to me. So that means one which brings auspiciousness and removes inauspiciousness is mangal. Whenever we do any kind of activity, whenever we do any religious activity or any kind of things, for example, if we, let's say that we go to the temple, we do manglik first. We have the lecture series, we do the manglik first. We have the marriage, we do the manglik first. We have a death in the family, we do the manglik first. We have the new house inauguration, we do manglik first. Why? Because whatever process that we are passing through, whatever function we are passing through, whatever occasion we are passing through, we are beginning that occasion, good or bad, whatever it is. If somebody's death is there, or somebody is sick, or somebody is sick or something, or some celebration like marriage and anniversary, whatever, Manglik is recited first. Because whatever process we are following, we request Bhagwan that I would like to make sure that this process becomes without any hindrance and it finishes properly. Similarly here, Kunkun Swami is writing also the scripture, big occasion. I mean, it is so important thing happened for all of us mundane soul right now, that it was amazing things happen. So he also writes Manglik, means he wants to make sure that beginning till the end of the writing of the scripture, there is no inauspiciousness occur and all the auspicious circumstances continues. So without any obstruction, he can finish writing the scripture. So that is the meaning of the Manglik. So one who has produced purity and supersensuous bliss is Mangal. So Mangal brings purity within me. It also gives me blissful sensation within me. And so one who has discarded auspiciousness and inauspicious feeling and of mindness to the physical body. Remember, I have discarded my auspicious feeling, inauspicious feeling, and also my association with the body. I am the body. I am the body. That kind of mindness that I have taken out, and that is called Mangal. So here we are going next one. So author, now whenever the Manglik is there, the author will remember the higher deity, higher souls. So over here, Kunkun Swami remembers liberated soul, Siddha soul. Siddha are ultimate goal for us. Let me ask a question to everybody in the audience. What does Siddha Bhagwan has done to me? Siddha Bhagwan has no body, he has no words, he has no speech, he is immortal soul substance with no visibility of any kind. So why should I bow down to Siddha Bhagwan? What did he do to me? What did he do? What did he do good to me? For example, let's take Aryan Bhagwan. Aryan Bhagwan, like for example, right now, Aryan Bhagwan for us is a Simanda Swami and 20 Bhagwans that they are right now present in Magadya Kshetra, and one of the most closest to us is Simanda Swami. So Simanda Swami is a Aryan Bhagwan. He is giving Deshna every day. He gives discourses from Samaysar. So he is doing something good to me. For example, Kunkun Swami, with his own physical body, went to Magadya Kshetra from our Bharat Kshetra, and he stayed there for 8 days. And he also talked to Sutta Kevali. He listened to Simanda Swami, and he got all this essence of the religion. And then Kunkun Swami came back and wrote down the scripture, and that's why this scripture is most authentic. So Aryan Bhagwan, Simanda Swami has done something good to me. What did Siddha Bhagwan do good to me right now? Siddha Bhagwan, all the infinite Siddha Bhagwan sitting in the Adobe of Siddha, what did they do good to me? Tell me. Can somebody just say that he has done something positive for me right now? Can somebody give the answer, please? You can unmute yourself and try to give the answer.
I would say that they pursued the path for liberation. So by doing that, they may have left some mark that is the correct path.
No, yes, it's okay. But they did their own work, right? I mean, Siddha Bhagwan right now, he is ashariri, without any body, without language, without spoken words. So he is there. But how he is helpful to me, what kind of upkar he has done to me, what kind of blessing that he has done to me, that I should remember him. Aryan Bhagwan is right, Acharya Bhagwan is right, Upadhyay Sadhu is right. What about Siddha Bhagwan?
I think
Go ahead.
Siddha Bhagwan, when he became Siddha Bhagwan, doesn't Nigod Jeev come to higher state?
Very good. Very nice. So, the reason I'm sitting over here, reason I'm here existing today with a 5 sense sentient being, because one soul became Siddha, and at that time, from the Nigod, from the lowest possible type of soul, I was one of them. And when one Bhagwan becomes Siddha, then one Nigod comes out of Nigod. And so, what did Siddha Bhagwan do for me? When he became Siddha, I was able to get out from my Nigod. And so that's a biggest kind of gratitude I have it for Siddha Bhagwan. So Siddha Bhagwan, that's a really very nice answer. That's really great answer. So Siddha Bhagwan has done a great favor to me because of him going to, because him getting liberation, I was able to get out of Nigod. Otherwise, I could be Nigod forever and ever and ever, and I won't have any chance to get out. So this is my gratitude to Siddha Bhagwan, that because of him, I'm sitting over here, right? That's very good. So, okay, so now, we are just going to express our gratitude. I mean, Kunkun Swami is expressing his gratitude to his liberated soul, because Siddha Bhagwan has removed inclination of attachment and aversion completely and produced the pure nature of self in the mode. His pureness is now manifested in his mode. Remember, I'm also pure. You are pure. Every living being is a pure from substance perspective, from attribute perspective. But when we come to modal perspective, Siddha Bhagwan has a purity in the mode also. Every mode he has a purity. While my mode is deluded mode right now. So, difference between me and Siddha Bhagwan, between me and Aryan Bhagwan, that Aryan and Siddha, they are the pure mode forever coming out, while me, I have right now impure mode, and impure mode keeps on coming for since time infinite. So this is the difference between me and Siddha Bhagwan. So Siddha Bhagwan has removed his rag and dvesh, inclination of attachment and aversion, and also produced pure nature of the self in his mode, while I have an impurity in my mode. So I have to look for Siddha Bhagwan, how he has produced purity and how I'm going to do that. So this gratitude that Kunkun Swami is expressing, he's expressing in 2 different ways. He says he's expressing gratitude from his self perspective, from the soul perspective, and from physical aspect. So the next word that we are throwing is a bhav and dravya namaskar, or bhav stuti and dravya stuti. So when I say bhav stuti or bhav namaskar, that means from the soul's perspective I'm doing it. When I say dravya namaskar or dravya stuti, that means I'm doing from physical aspect. And we are going to go in detail for those things, that what are those 2 words mean. So, number 1, author says that, that means over here, Kunkun Swami says, I'm establishing infinite liberated soul in my mode. Remember, whenever I'm whatever activity I'm going to do, whatever work I'm going to do, I'm going to set my goal first. Over here, Kunkun Swami says, I want to liberate myself, and that's why my role model is liberated souls. So by I keeping liberated soul in my mind, and now I'm going to work on it. So they are my role model. So we are also having we also have to put liberated soul in our mode. That means we are establishing a role model for us. Now, from subjective perspective, from Bhav perspective, from my own soul's perspective, I bow down to my eternal true nature of myself. When I'm in reflective thought process, that means Vikalp Dasha, then I bow down to infinite liberated soul. Remember, what does liberated soul establishment in my mode means? We have to see from two perspectives. The first perspective is subjective perspective. Means I have, that means Nishchay means absolute point of view. A conventional point of view is called Vyavarne. Let's talk a little bit while we are on Nishchay Vyavar, because there's a new word we are throwing in. So what is Nishchay means? The way absolute things are. I'm the soul, period. I'm nothing. I'm not a human being. I'm not a man. I'm not a Kirit. I'm not Sangni Panchandriya Jeev. I am soul. That is my nature. That is from absolute perspective. Okay. And then what's the other one is called conventional perspective. Conventional perspective, I'm the human being. I'm the father of my son. I'm the husband of my wife. I'm Sangni Panchandriya Jeev. I'm Jain. I live in Phoenix. All those things, associated things that I'm talking to, that is called Vyavhar. Means it has nothing to do with me. Whether I'm father or son or husband, doesn't make any difference to my soul. So when I'm attaching myself with some outside things, I am Rishi's father. So now I am bringing Rishi into the picture. I'm Vibhuti's husband. I'm bringing Vibhuti into the picture. So now my sentence depends on some outside object, and that is called Vyavarne. So over here, what do we say? From subjective perspective, from Nishchay Paks, from absolute point of view, when I put liberated soul in my mode, means I bow down to my pure nature of the soul, which is ever pure. Remember, gold is a pure, whether it is in the mine or whether it is in the dust, or whether it's in the pure form of gold, or whether it's in the form of ornament. Gold is a gold is a gold. There is no other choice about it. Similarly, my true nature of the soul is infinitely present, and so I bow down to my pure nature of the soul. So that is from subjective perspective. From conventional perspective, when I'm in reflective thought process, Vikalp Gnan, remember this word Vikalp Gnan will be coming quite often. We have to have pretty good understanding of this word Vikalp. Vikalp means my thought process. Whenever I'm thinking anything, that's called Vikalp. That's a reflective thought process. So Vikalp, and opposite word is Nirvikalp. Nirvikalp means absence of reflective thought process. When I'm experiencing myself, when the Siddha Bhagwan is experiencing his pure nature of the soul, when Aryan Bhagwan is experiencing his pure nature of the soul, when the Muni Maharaj on a 7th Gunsthana is getting engrossed in his pure nature of the soul, all those things are called Nirvikalp. Means it is a primary abstract comprehension. Experiencing of the soul is a Nirvikalp. To know the soul, to think about it, what is my true nature, who am I? Where am I coming from? હું કોણ છું, ક્યાંથી થયો છું, સ્વરૂપ છે મારું ખરું, કોના સંબંધે વળગણા રાખું કે પરી. All those thought process is called reflective thought process, means vikalp. One cannot have experiencing of the soul in the reflective thought process. Remember, I'm reading right now. I'm reading the scripture. I'm analyzing the scripture. I meditate on the scripture. I do deep reflection on the scripture. I understand about the nature of the soul. Now I do contemplation of the soul's nature and all the things. All these things are called vikalp gnan, means reflective thought process. And I will not get samyak darshan in reflective thought process. All right? I'm thinking about soul. I'm doing quote unquote meditation every day. I do half an hour, 1 hour, whatever time I'm doing meditation. And you are telling me there is a reflective thought process. I will not get experience. Yes, I will not get experience of my soul in this state, in this reflective thought process. When I become nirvikalp, means all my vikalp gets quiet down. And now there are no more vikalp remaining within me, then I experience my true nature. So what's the process here? You listen to the scripture, you try to understand the scripture, you analyze the scripture, you understand the nature of the soul. All those things are happening in the reflective thought process, means I'm coming nearer and nearer towards my soul's pure nature, but I have not experienced my nature. Now I give up my thought process, I give up my reflective thought process, I give up my vikalp, and now I dive into the pure nature of the soul. I dive into the ocean, and I feel coolness of the ocean water. I'm coming to the ocean. I'm feeling the cool air coming, cool breeze coming through the ocean. I'm experiencing it, but I don't have real coolness of the water unless I dive into the ocean. So here, I dive into my real nature of the soul, and that is called nirvikalp, primary abstract comprehension, and that is called experiencing of the soul. That is called samyak darshan, that is called anubhuti, that's called nirvikalpta, and those are the things that, so we pass through the process, and each time when we pass through the process, we give up lots of things, and ultimately we try to achieve the highest possible goal. So that's what this vikalp dasha means. So in vikalp dasha, in the reflective thought process, I bow down to infinite liberated soul. Remember, I have established infinite liberated soul in my mode. What does it mean? From absolute point of view, I bow down to my pure nature, and from convention point of view, I bow down to all infinite liberated soul. So that's what this word vikalp means. We have to have real absolute clarity about this word, because this is our base. When we understand these words, these are the words coming. You know, initially, long back, he said, Samaysar, what a big deal. I'll read it out. So I picked up the book, the red book, I picked it up, and I started reading, and whole Samaysar, I finished in over 1 week or something reading. How much did I retain? Zero. Zero, nothing. Why? Because I didn't understand meaning of any words. Every sentence was coming, vikalp and nirvikalp, everything. I had no idea what that means. But now I know it. So now when I know it, I said, oh my God, what a great word that Acharya is writing for us. So,
Kiritanka,
yes.
I've lost you. What is the difference between vikalp and nirvikalp?
Vikalp means it's a reflective thought process. My thought process.
Thought.
where I'm coming from, what's my nature of the soul, all those thinking. I read the scripture, I try to understand, I try to imbibe, I try to go and meditate on it, I try to reflect upon those thoughts. That is called vikalp.
But then what is nirvikalp?
Nirvikalp means experiencing the soul, experiencing the soul. For example, you went to a party, Preeti went to the party, and I just said, Preeti, how was the party? You said, very good. Now, while you are in the party, you're not describing anything. You are enjoying the whole thing. You are enjoying the atmosphere. You are enjoying the music. You are enjoying the friends. You are enjoying the food. You are enjoying drinks. You are enjoying good clothes. All kind of things you are enjoying. So at that time, you don't have reflective thought process. But now, after coming back from party, I said, Preeti, how was the party? Oh, it was very good. There was music was there, dancing was there, people had fantastic clothes were there, good food was there, drinks were good, and all whole atmosphere you are going to describe. Describing is called reflective thought process. While you are enjoying the party, that's called nirvikalpta, means you are experiencing the things.
Okay.
You are drinking a cool drink in the summertime. You're drinking a cool drink. Now, when you're drinking, you're just enjoying the drink. Then I said, how was it? You said, well, it was very good. I said, describe it. Now you're going to describe. It was a cold, it is a sugar on it. It was a pink in color. It also had a lime taste also was present. And it was having this thing, that thing. All those ingredients you are going to describe. While you're drinking, you're not describing. While you're drinking, you are enjoying as a whole. But when you're describing, you're making division of that part. And you just say, it was good, it was a fragrance was coming, it was a pink color was there, sweet taste was there. So you're describing all those things, but when you're experiencing, there's no description. You are just simply experiencing. While you're drinking that drink, you're not analyzing what it is. You're just, as a whole, you are enjoying it. So that is called nirvikalpta. That's it. So here, when my soul's nature, I try to understand what is a soul, what's a nature, what's a substance, what's an attribute, what's a mode, how the mode gets generated, what happens to the mode after it gets generated, how the mode gets generated, all those descriptions that I understand, I gather all the information, and then I dive into it and I experiencing it. That experience is called nirvikalpta. So experience occurs always in nirvikalp condition, primary, abstract, comprehensive state. Now, nirvikalpta experience, that means samyak darshan. Samyak darshan means anubhuti. Samyak darshan means experiencing your soul. So experiencing time, there is no thought process. When I come out of the experience, when Kunkun Swami came out of the experience, then we can just say, Kunkun Swami, can you please tell us what's the soul, what's the experience of the soul feels like? Then he describes in the words, and that's what we are going through in this scripture right now. Okay?
Okay. Thank you. I got it.
So now, when I focus my undivided attention to the eternal true nature of the self, then I have established infinite liberated soul in my mode. What is it? When I put my undivided attention to my true nature of the soul, that means I have, where is it? That means I have established infinite liberated soul in my mode. So this is the sentence, but what it means? Then I have my undivided attention to the eternal true nature of the self. So that's what it is. Let's see next. Okay, now the word came Bhav Stuti, Bhav Namaskar, Dravya Stuti, Dravya Namaskar. Bhav Stuti or Bhav Namaskar. Remember, the word Bhav and Dravya will come lot often in our discussion. And Kunkun Swami is very liberalized in using these two words very, very frequently. So we have to understand bhav, dravya. Bhav and dravya. Dravya means material things. Bhav means occurring within me. Bhav, bhav stuti, bhav pap, bhav punya, bhav asrav, bhav nijra, bhav samvar, bhav moksha. All those things means things actually occurring within me. That's a word. Bhav will be used there. Dravya means it is occurring in the associative thing. Things are occurring with the associative thing is called dravya. So dravya pap, dravya punya, dravya astra, dravya samvar, dravya nijra, dravya moksha, all those things will be coming that way. So having made dravya and bhav differentiation, what is bhav stuti means, what is bhav namaskar means, let's look at that one. Eternal true nature of the self is adorable and serviceable. Means it is aradhva layak and seva layak. Means I adore my true nature of the soul, and also I'm servicing my soul. And I'm the one who is going to perform this duty. Who is performing this duty? I am performing this duty. For whom? For my own soul. So recipient is my soul and provider is also me, myself. So both the things are in unity. Okay? Therefore, to experience of the eternal true nature of the self, itself is known as hymn of praise. I'm doing stuti, hymn of praise of my true nature of the soul, my eternal pure nature of the soul. That's called hymn of praise to my soul. It means one is getting engrossed in the primary abstract comprehension. Remember that word came, nirvikalpta. Nirvikalpta means experiencing my soul. That is called bhav stuti or bhav namaskar. Right now, for example, I go in trance and I just get experiencing of my true nature of the soul. That means darshan. That means experiencing. So this thing, that means I don't have at that time any reflective thoughts. I'm just experiencing my soul. So that is called primary abstract comprehension or nirvikalpta. It's called nirvikalp samadhi, or it's called samyak darshan, it's called samkit, it's called atmanubuddhi, it's called experiencing of the self, it's called atma anubhav. All these different words means same thing, means primary abstract comprehension, means nirvikalpta. So that is called bhav stuti or bhav namaskar. Means at that time when I'm experiencing my soul, I'm just my undivided attention to my pure nature of the soul only, and that is called bhav stuti, bhav namaskar. That occurs as a samyak darshan. That means on a fourth gunsthanak, fifth gunsthanak, sixth, seventh gunsthanak, Aryan Bhagwan at 13 gunsthanak, and 14 Siddha Bhagwan forever. So this is called bhav stuti, bhav namaskar. Now we come to the dravya stuti, dravya namaskar. As we said, dravya means associative thing. In reflective thought process, in vikalp dasha, one is attention focused to the liberated soul. Now I bring liberated soul in the picture, and who are free of all the altered thought process and who are engrossed in their eternal true nature. I'm bowing down to those Siddha Bhagwan. Physically, I'm bowing down to the Siddha Bhagwan. And this physical bowing down process is called Dravya Namaskar or Dravya Stuti. So this has to be clear to us. Dravya Namaskar means I'm bowing down to the Siddha Bhagwan physically. Bhav Namaskar means I'm bowing down to my pure nature of the soul. That means I'm in a primary abstract comprehension. I am experiencing my soul. That's called Bhav Stuti, Bhav Namaskar. When I'm in reflective thought process, in Vikalp Dasha, that means I'm bowing down to Siddha Bhagwan physically, and that's Dravya Stuti or Dravya Namaskar. So when I go to the temple, I see the Bhagwan's Murti and I start reciting Namoka Mantra. What does it call? It's called Dravya Namaskar. Why? Because I'm looking at the Bhagwan and I'm bowing down to the Bhagwan physically. So that's called Dravya Namaskar. But while I'm doing the Dravya Namaskar and I get engrossed within myself, and all my reflective thought process stops right there and there, then it's called Nirvikalpta, that means called Bhav Namaskar. Right? Here now. Okay, so what happens now? Kunkun Swami says, I'm establishing the infinite liberated soul, Anand Siddha, in my mode. Then I establish the same thing in the modes of the listener. Now, this is the compassionate state of the Acharya Bhagwan. What he says, I'm going in the Nirvikal Samadhi, but at the same time, I would like to make sure that my listener, worthy souls, also come with me. See, Aryan Bhagwan, the Tirthankar Bhagwan, 3 lives before, he has an intense feeling occurs within him. What is it? That's intense feeling? In a Digambar, it says it's called Sodaskarna Bhavana. In Shwetambar perspective, they say that Bhagwan says that Savijiva Karu Sasana Rasi means what it means, that Bhagwan is an intense compassion come within. He knows now that he is getting so close to the liberation. So he said, I'm going to get liberated anyway within very, 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 very short time. Within third life, I'm going to get liberated. But then he says, along with me, I would like to take everybody else also with me. Why they should not come with me? So that kind of intense, compassionate feeling, and that soul bind Tirthankar Nam Karma, and as a result, in this life, he becomes Tirthankar Bhagwan. So here also, Kunkun Swami does the same thing. He said that I'm establishing infinite liberated soul in my heart, in my soul. At the same time, I would like to establish all this liberated soul in the listener, that means the worthy soul's heart also. So this is compassionate feeling that he is going to get liberated, but he wants to take everybody. He wants us to go with him. So this is his compassion at its highest level. These worthy souls who have inquisitiveness to realize the eternal true nature of the soul. I have the inquisitiveness to achieve my liberated soul. I would like to experience myself, and that's why Kunkun Swami says, yes, you are worthy soul, you are coming with me. So this is what it is. So we are all worthy soul that right now, along with Kunkun Swami, we are also putting our infinite liberated soul in our modes. We establish them, and now we go further. So Dravya and Bhav Vachan. Now there is other word comes Dravya. I think there is a spelling mistake over here. Dravya and Bhav Vachan. Remember I said Dravya and Bhav's words are always, Bhav means occurring within me, Dravya means associated thing. So after establishing infinite liberated soul in my as well as in the listener's mode, now I'm going to tell Samaysar scripture with spoken words. Spoken words coming out as a result of increasing purity of knowledge from within, and that's called Bhav Vachan. Bhav Vachan means, author says that I have experienced my soul, and now that I have experienced all the soul, all the true nature, I'm going to come out and describe about it, and that's called Bhav Vachan. And one has knowledge about Samaysar. This manifested knowledge is also known as Bhav Vachan. Means Kunkun Swami experienced the true nature of the soul, and because of experiencing, his knowledge becomes purer and purer. His modes are getting purer by the minute. And so those pure modes of knowledge is also known as bhav vachan. Ugrela gnanya bhav vachan kahe છે. Means whatever manifested knowledge is there, whatever the pure manifested knowledge is there, that is called bhav vachan. And dravya vachan means the spoken words coming out as a result of auspicious thought process is called dravya vachan. Spoken words coming out is dravya vachan, and my knowledge which becomes purer and purer is called bhav vachan. So again, dravya and bhav vachan, the dravya and bhav differentiation comes over here again. So now there is an echo effect. What is the echo effect? Bhagwan says, Acharya Bhagwan says, I have established infinite liberated soul in my mode. As a result, when I say that you are Bhagwan, okay, what happens here? I go to the Bhagwan and I just say, Bhagwan, you are Bhagwan. I go to temple and I just say, you are Bhagwan. Then echo from the Bhagwan comes and says, no, I'm the Bhagwan. See this echo effect? Gurudev Kanji Swami always used to say that tu Bhagwan Atma che. So then the audience, somebody from the audience said, Prabhu, aap Bhagwan cho, means Prabhu, you are the supreme soul. That's what we believe. Then Gurudev used to say, no. Every soul is a Bhagwan Atma. Every soul from the substance perspective is pure in nature. So when I go to temple, I look at a Bhagwan and I say, you are Bhagwan. Then echo comes back and says, no, I am the Bhagwan. So what happens? In fact, that Murti and me, we both become one and the same. So that's called echo effect. Transmigrated soul wants liberation. He has also established infinite liberated soul in his mode. He ends up with deep meditation about the nature of liberated soul, and in this state, he ends up realizing eternal true nature of the self, and then ultimately end up with liberation. So what's the process over here? First, Acharya Bhagwan described the nature of the soul. Then Acharya Bhagwan went in his trance and he went in his in a deep meditative primary abstract comprehensive state that was Nirvikalp Dasha. Or Aryan Bhagwan, he's in Nirvikalp Dasha. Or Siddha Bhagwan, he's in Nirvikalp Dasha. I'm fortunate that I have all this knowledge in front of me. So I listen to those things. I contemplate on all those things. I do the deep meditative, deep reflective thought process on all these scriptural things. As a result, I understand true nature of the soul. And then I also go deep within. I also dive within my nature of the soul. And I also attain Nirvikalp Dasha, primary abstract comprehensive state. And that means, what is Bhagwan right now in the primary abstract comprehensive state? I'm also in the same state. So this is the echo effect occurred to me. When I say Bhagwan, you are Bhagwan, he says, no, I'm the Bhagwan. So this is what echo effect means. Now, worldly souls are present since time infinite, and at the same time, there are infinite liberated souls since time infinite. Now, remember, when we talked about infinity, our concept of infinity is very, very limited actually. Our scope of thinking doesn't go beyond, but infinite means infinite. There is no beginning, no end. That's infinite. Now, there are infinite souls are there in the transmigratory phase like us, And also at the same time, there are infinite liberated souls are there, since time infinite. Means, if just for the sake of theory, if we believe that day one started right now here, at the time there are infinite souls were present and infinite transmigrated souls were present. So both the entities, transmigratory soul like us and liberated souls, they both are present since time infinite in infinite numbers too. Right? Okay. Now, one can become liberated soul at the age of 8 years. Now, we are just going little bit detail that Bhagwan says, scripture says that when I'm the human being, that as early as age 8, I can become a liberated soul. I can obtain Siddha Dasha. Remember Krupaludev at the age of 8, when he saw that somebody in the neighbor named Amichan Bhai, he had the snake bite occurred and he died. So this is a kid, small kid. And everybody's crying and all kind of thing and everything. So he said, what happened? They said, Amichan Bhai died. He said, what do death means what? So then people say, oh, you're too small kid, you won't understand and this and that, everything. So nobody wanted to explain to him. Then they tie that guy, dead body, and taking for the outside the town, outside the village to burn him. Krupaludev has a tremendous inquisitiveness, 8-year-old kid. He said, something is wrong. This person was speaking right now, and now they say he's dead. What is dead means? So he quietly follows those people, those who are taking the dead body for cremation. He follows and he goes outside the town in Vavania, and there was one tree. He just goes on the tree, and little far away, these people, they just put the fire on this body and they're burning the body. They're cremating the body. And Krupaludev says, wait a second, is this what's going to happen to everybody? He went into the deep reflective thought process, and at that time he obtained Jati Smaran Gnan, means previous several hundred lives. He started observing what he was before and all the things. So what that means, that liberated soul can also occur at the age of 8 years. So now we are the people who are going to question those kind of things. That means when the first liberated soul occurred, it occurred after 8 years of all the transmigratory soul, right? Then this is true from individual perspective, but collectively, there are infinite worldly soul as well as liberated soul present for time infinite period. Case closed. Now, we can keep on arguing. One can keep on arguing. Now, I want to throw one question to you. That, okay, we keep on arguing about this infinity and all the things. What difference does it make in my spirituality? I want to realize my soul right now. What difference does it make with all this discussion about when was the first liberated soul, what is the infinity and all the things? That becomes aprayojan budh. It becomes non-essential discussion for me. My aim right now is to realize my pure nature of the soul. Aryan Bhagwan has said, my Sai Bhagwan has said, Gandhar Bhagwan wrote down scripture, and in those things, these facts came about infinity. Why should I worry about going in detail about dissecting those things? Because that's non-essential for my spiritual growth. So I leave it to that point, and then we go to the real point, that what we have to do. In the smallest piece of root, now, again, infinity to explain. We want to explain infinity. So Acharya Bhagwan says, the smallest piece of root vegetables. That means a teeny tiny piece that you can put in the top of a pointed needle. A pointed needle, and you put the piece of potato on it. How much piece you'll be having on the top of that needle? Teeny tiny slightest piece, right? In that small piece, there are innumerable bodies are present, and in each body there are infinite forms of living being. Lowest form of living being means Nigod Jeev residing. Once again, needle, teeny tiny small piece of potato. That potato has a innumerable bodies, and each body there are infinite lowest form of living being present. Are you with me so far? Yes. Now, how many liberated souls are there right now? Infinite. Liberated souls are infinite means past, present, and future infinite liberated souls. You take it into account. Let's say it's a number X. Past, present, and future liberated souls, they are infinite in number. Let's give the numerical X to that one. If total past, present, future liberated souls are X in number, then in this needle, top of the needle, innumerable bodies, and each body has in living being means X means liberated souls times infinite amount of souls are present in one body alone. So it gives you vastness of amount of living being present in this universe. And out of those infinite amount of living being in the lowest forms of living being, we are one of those chosen few that we came out from there, and we are Sangni Panchendriya, we are 5 sense sentient beings, and now we have thought process in front of us. We just want to know who I am. I can understand about my past, present, future. I can think about it. And with all those things, when I have that kind of capacity, I can become liberated soul also. I'm that fortunate person. We are that fortunate person. That's why I don't want to mess up my human life. I want to utilize every second of it and go to my next possible place. So this is the thing that they are talking about. Now let's see. So author is going to tell about the nature of the substance. He uses the word samay. Author is using word samay, which is the nature of the substance. In general, samay means a given substance. Samay means a given substance. Again, remember, this word samay will come because we are talking Samaysar. Sar means the essence of it. So essence of samay, that's what we'll be talking for whatever time we have it, we'll be talking. So samay means a given substance. Here it is used in the reference in the form of eternal true nature of the soul. Samay means eternal true nature of the soul. Now, when we talk about true nature of the soul, when we talk about samay, when we go to the second stanza, there'll be going to be entirely different meaning of the samay will be coming. But right now, in this first stanza, what Amrit Chandracharya writes the commentary, and he says samay means not a given substance, but in this scripture, in our discussion, samay means form of eternal true nature of the soul. When one knows the eternal true nature of the soul, then he ends up knowing the whole universe. When I know the my true nature of the soul, I end up knowing whole universe. How does that happen? Let's see. Pure nature mode is capacity to know the whole universe with its substance and its past, present, and future modes. Now, why? When I'm experiencing my pure nature of the soul, when I'm in the primary abstract comprehensive state, when I'm in nirvikalp dasha, that means my undivided attention to the eternal true nature of the soul, and when my attention is focused there, then coming out of mode from there is a pure mode of knowledge. This pure mode of knowledge has a capacity to know the whole universe. So simply by knowing my pure nature of the soul, that means pure mode of knowledge is occurring, and pure mode of knowledge knows the whole universe, past, present, and future. So this is a capacity that I have within. I have that capacity within, and here I don't understand that one, and I look for happiness in outside material things. How pathetic situation is. That's what Acharya Bhagwan tells us. He says, we are just feeling sorry for you that you are loaded with the knowledge modes, purity within you, so much capacity you have to know the whole universe, and you are trying to look for happiness in the outside material things where there is no happiness. This is the biggest surprise to us. That's what the author tells us over here. So now a word comes paribhashan. Let's see time-wise. I think we are going about the time right now. It's already 1 hour past by. So we'll stop over here. We'll go in detail about this one. Any questions so far?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Anybody else has any questions so far?
Uncle, I have a question.
Yeah, beta, go ahead.
So when you say is every liberated soul a siddha?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that's all.
Liberated, siddha means liberated soul. That's it. Siddha means live. And I'm in bonded form. The transmigratory soul is called bonded form. Bonded form in the sense I am attached with the karma. And when the karma fruition comes, I get attached to that, and as a result, I bind more karma. So I remain in bonded state. So when I break that cycle, then my liberated thing starts, and ultimately I work on it, and I can become siddha also. I can become liberated soul also. Yes.
Kirit uncle?
Yes, brother.
Before we go, I wanted to know, did the people like Stotravamoji and Srimadji, these people find this Shastra and read it?
Oh, yeah. You know, let's, whether somebody read or not, what is this scripture tells us? Scripture says you experience your true nature of the soul, right? So by hook or crook, let's say that there is a person in the streets of New York. He doesn't know Samaysar or anything, but he realizes his pure nature of the soul. That means he has read Samaysar. For example, the Mahavir Swami first time got Samyak Darshan when he was the lion, where he was in the form of lion. Now, when did this lion go out and read Samaysar? No. What did lion do? Lion said, when he's there, and two worthy Muniraj comes and gives discourses to this lion, and the lion realizes, and lion says, I am not the body. I'm separate from the body. That's all he understood. And when he did that, he got Samyak Darshan.
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm just curious if specifically people read this or not.
Yeah,
That's all.
you read Krupaludev's literature and you can just say, my God, is he talking Samaysar or what? So, did he read Samaysar specifically or not? It doesn't make difference. Did he realize his soul, which is the goal for him, goal for Samaysar, goal for us? So if I achieve my self-realization, means in that self-realization, I said, oh my God, this is what Samaysar was talking about. So by understanding all this thing, what I'm doing is I'm trying to come nearer and nearer to my soul. You can go any other way you like to do this. But Kunkun Swami says, this is the pathway I went through and it was successful for me. You can do the same thing. You can be successful too. So that's what it is, no?
No, I also noticed that, you quoted Bo Punyakera, and I just learned, or I just heard Bo Punyakera for the first time this past weekend, and I remember the last slok or two.
Yes.
Specifically, and maybe you know it by heart, I don't. He specifically describes how all souls, I think Sambhav, all souls are the same.
I think it's Sarva Bhav. No, it's
Sarvatmama
Samadrashti Dyo Avachanane.
Right.
What does that mean?
Yeah, means what it says, that every soul from the substance perspective is a free. Remember what we said? That my soul is a pure from substance perspective. My soul is pure from attribute perspective. Aryan Bhagwan's soul is pure from substance perspective. Aryan Bhagwan's soul is pure from attribute perspective. So me and Aryan Bhagwan both are same up until this point. Third point, Aryan Bhagwan and Siddha Bhagwan is purity in their mode also, and I have impurity in my mode. That's only the difference I have it with us, with Aryan Bhagwan, Siddha Bhagwan. Aryan Bhagwan, Siddha Bhagwan, Acharya Bhagwan, Upadhyaya Maharaj, Sadhu Bhagwan, and in that lineage, the Samyak Dashtiji, they all have purity in their mode. I don't have purity. So mode is for what? Is for one samay, right? One samay means blink of an eye, innumerable samay pass by, millions, billions, trillions samay pass by, out of which one samay, Aryan Siddha, they have a pure nature, I have impurity within me. So I have between me and Aryan Siddha Bhagwan difference is one mode. That's why Kripaludev says, you know what? Why don't you try to make your mode pure? That means you'll get Samyak Darshan. And once you have it, you'll get liberation for sure, So between me and Aryan Bhagwan, difference is one samay, one mode only. I just had to push that mode away and I had to just get the purity within me. And that will be the great thing. So here what is happening to me right now, that I have to obtain purity. When I obtain purity, means I will look everybody as a pure or from the substance perspective also. Gurudev Kanji Swami one time, after having Das Lakshan Parva, he was giving Kshamapna. And in the Kshamapna means forgiveness. What did he say? He said, these are very, very important words. He said, me, I have seen every living creature as a Bhagwan Atma. I have seen them from soul's perspective, from the substance perspective only. I have never seen anybody from the modal perspective. So mode means impurity. I see purity in everybody. Sarvatmama samadrashtido means from all the living creature, from one sense nigod cell to the five sense sentient being, they all are pure from soul's perspective. Gold is a pure in any form, whether it's in a mind. Beta, I'm coming. Just go. Yes, I'm coming. Okay. So gold is pure wherever you are. Similar way, I'm pure from substance perspective. So Gopal says, because I experience myself, that means I see everybody as a liberated soul only. You know, that's what it means. That last word is very important in Bhaupunyakira. You know. Okay. Any more questions? Okay, we will stop over here. Do the जावाणी के ज्ञान से सूझे लोकालो सोवाणी मस्तक नमो सदा देत हूँ नौ बार नमो का मंत्र Namo Orientalum. Thank you very much.